Alright, hello. I didn't think I'd be making a part 3, but because I still have more questions and something related to one that I do need to talk about, well, here we are, part 3. Okay, so, questions, and conveniently the first question is kind of my other point of discussion here, so let's just jump right into it. What is your opinion on using characters within DDR? Now, the character thing, if you've seen the first part of the Q&A, you saw how that ended up, but I don't care one way or the other. I mean, it's a dancing game. There are things dancing. It's not like it doesn't make sense. The thing is, obviously, with a lot of other things, some people take things too far, and like with everything else, we all just want to be one big happy family. And characters make it seem more like a dance game as opposed to a stomp your feet game, which I suppose is a good thing. Mind you, I still don't really care, but to those who do, good for you. And to those who don't, good for you as well. And, I mean, there's no, oh, they distract the screen, because now, X and on, you've got the screen filter, so who cares? Not I. So, let's move on to the lighter matters. If given the chance, what SimFile would I redo and why? Well, that's kind of tough. I guess I would have to go with Vines because it just wasn't very good. The steps, I mean. But also, perhaps I would just redo Bringers of Chaos because, it didn't work. Or, truth be told though, I'd rather just not have even bothered with Bringers of Chaos. It just didn't live up to my expectations. So I'd probably redo Vines and just forget Bringers altogether. Out of all the Lua and Foreground projects I've worked on, what was my favorite? Well, the working on it itself, I'd have to go with Heart-Shaped Bullets because I was very excited because the moving about the screen was still pretty new to me. I mean, I did Helicopter, but Heart-Shaped is taking it to a new level. And as a side note, I'd just like to say the reactions I've gotten to them, I mean, a lot of my better ones, those being Heart-Shaped, Tetris on Crack, debatably Helicopter, and yes, even the dreaded Deaf Mutes. I mean, those have a special place in my heart because of the good reactions I got to them, which that sort of thing really helps. I mean, admittedly, it's not the hardest thing in the world to make these charts, but with the little bit of time I have with all of my other work, sometimes you're just stressed out and just need to take it easy, so the kind words always help. Thanks to all who supported me all this time. Number 4. So, how's that pack coming along? Well, one file left. And, Pato, you know what it is, because we had the discussion about which file this is, so think you're going down. And also that last file's halfway done or so. Oh, incidentally, I got that image and figured out how the foreground with it worked, so you don't have to worry about that. So, I think you're going down. Sorry. Number 5, what genre of gaming do I enjoy most besides rhythm? Kind of tough to say. Either platformers, puzzle games, or shoot 'em ups. Shmups, yeah, whatever you want to call them. A variety of reasons for each, but I'll leave that for another time. And finally, what made me start up Lua? Well, what in particular was the Slapchop file in SRT5. I was just like, oh, that's really cool, I want to do that. So, that, and then I wanted to make my files, like, stand out. There aren't many people who regularly make gimmick charts. I mean, we've got Windu, Taro, Jace, and Purohoko. I still can't pronounce Purohoko, I think. The guy who made the swing break. Yeah, I'm going with that. Also, we've also got, that was at the time I started. Now we've got you, Pato, Mr. Person who's asking these questions, and we've got Kathleen, whatever you want to call him. It's actually a him. That still confuses me. I'm really sorry. Him. So, I feel like I've done my part helping it spread, but going back to, I wanted to make my files interesting, unique, and I figured there was a lot of design space, which I've come to this point, clearly there is, but that's really it. It looked cool and I wanted to be original. So, I guess I covered the character thing I wanted to say for the most part during the first question. I just want to add, let's all get along. I mean, we're playing a game that, some of us are from different areas, but truth be told, if we're not in Japan, the game's not really thriving. So, if we really want to keep a strong, tight-knit community, we all have to respect each other's differences, and while we may have differing opinions, ultimately that's how we're going to thrive together. And who knows, if we all keep tight-knit, and there's a demand, there may be a long-term sequel to DDR, or another ITG, which will cause Konami to get back into the swing of things in the non-Japan areas. So, in some ways, you just have to keep dreaming. So, we all need to stick together to make that happen. I guess that's it. I guess look forward to my pack. I have one file left. I'll be posting on Ziv and R21 Freak when that day comes. And that's about it. Sorry that there wasn't any video in the background this time, but I ran out of old DDR clips. Thanks all.